Last time on Hakai, Vegeta would begin his Frost Demon revenge tour against the likes of Cooler. Although he had never laid eyes on him in person, he remembers plenty of stories about this monster from his youth. However, the brother of Frieza would prove more than formidable as he quickly caused Vegeta to have to utilize his Super Saiyan Blue transformation. At the same time, the God of Destruction Liquor and Celestial Mage Tyra continue to go blow to blow in their battle over one of the Primordial Beast cocoons. Elsewhere, Beerus stopped by Earth to save Oob from a mysterious lizard in the nick of time. And finally, as Vados is with the Grand Priest, Goku adventured to the world where Liai, his Kaioshin, is still learning how to be a goddess of creation. There, her assistant Kiborou reads to them from the many books of the universe to find the location of the primordial beast called Hiru. So without further delay, our story continues. This is part 14 of an ongoing series and was created by Hakai. Support him and catch up fully using the links below. Brushing himself off, Liquor feels like this battle's starting to dip out of his favor. He laments that this Cretan is suddenly so powerful. It's like the difference between their powers became huge out of nowhere. As she fires something called a celestial ring. On the tiny planet below, the Destroyer didn't want to put his universe in danger like this, but he'll have to unleash the full power of a god of destruction. In Universe 7, on Earth. Returning to the Syrian wasteland where we previously found Oob and Chappa. We rejoin Beerus embracing the confrontation against his cloaked aggressor. The lizard-like foe earlier stated that he needed Oob to come with him. It didn't appear to have the most pure of intentions. Who is dragging his mentor out of harm's way? Boy wonders, who are these guys? He feels something very bad coming from both of them. Likely, this is the part of Majin Buu that still lives on inside of him, the part that allows him to sense otherworldly energy. Gazing upon the feline with a glimmer in his eye, the figure utters that he wasn't expecting to see Beerus the Destroyer show up here. Letting his fame, or infamy, precede him without question, he snarkily replies that he had imagined that if his foes wanted the power of the 5 primordial beasts, obviously this included Majin Buu, so it's only natural that they would come to Earth seeking the loose pieces of his power. Relaxing just a little, his opposite has to commend him for his insight. The god is even more clever than they say. Beerus can't help but retain his serious attitude. He replies that the gentleman before him would be even more clever than himself if he decides to cooperate and just tell him everything he wants to know. Otherwise, things will get very ugly for him. Though the reptile apologizes, he must pass on this opportunity. This is not the time for himself to face a god of Beerus' caliber. But it's not like said god is actually offering him a choice. Blasting Beerus right in the face. Turns out Oob chose a very inconvenient hiding spot as he and his master are shoved through the air. However, the deity is able to react with cat-like reflexes and grab hold of his adversary. Just as a crosswind blows away his hood, revealing Beerus' teacher from before, the former god of destruction Terran. He comments that his student is just as nimble as always. The current Destroyer can't believe it. What is he doing here? What is he doing alive? Unfortunately, he does nothing to bring clarity to the situation, only offering a goodbye until next time, as he summons a magic circle. As curious as he is frustrated, this shock proved to be enough of a distraction for Terran to get away. In space, Frieza continues to flee from Vegeta and Pikkon, the latter in pursuit whether currently known to the Emperor or not. When the armored squadron comes barging into the room, Salza alerts that they haven't been able to find Lord Cooler anywhere on the ship. Did Frieza leave him alone on the battlefield? Without turning, the tyrant only remarks that Cooler can very well take care of himself, and it's better that the three of them do their best not to tick him off about the matter, or he will simply kill them all. Given how Frieza left his brother seemingly for dead, does he actually believe that Cooler has any chance of surviving his battle with Vegeta? Or is this another example of his manipulation abilities? Berry Blue takes this opportunity to inform the Frost Demon of some good news regarding their current predicament. Their Super Radar, essentially a crazy powerful scouter, was just activated, and it doesn't seem to notice any strong presence in at least a third of this entire galaxy. Whatever was after them, they've surely given it the slip. For Frieza, this means whatever threat they did face before abandoning his sibling, it's past. He can rest easy as it looks like his plans won't be ruined today. However, to the contrary, a series of bleeps is picked up on the radar. But it can't be! Not only is such a presence discovered, it's also heading towards him at an unbelievable speed. Knowing full well who it is, the Emperor demands Kikino activate full speed this instant. Though, he argues, Great Frieza! If we hit full speed, the ship may not be able to take it for long. Naturally, this matters not to the villain, as if Pikkon catches him, he will probably be destroyed anyway, as he once again demands that he obey his orders. Although blasting away as quickly as they possibly can. Whatever it is, Berry Blue notices that it's still steadily gaining on him, and fast. But that isn't possible. There's nothing in this universe that's faster than this ship. Kikino made sure of it. Turning to the Ardradian, Frieza shouts for him to teleport the ship to the furthest place he's capable of, no matter where it is. As long as it gets him out of here, it's undoubtedly better than encountering this creature. But before he can act, something touches down on the roof. It's caught him! It's here! While he doesn't like the circumstances that he's faced with, now even if they do teleport, Pikkon will merely go with them. There seems to be no other way. At least no other way he'd be able to escape and take the ship and Janemba with him. Reluctantly exiting the ship, the demon opts to greet the Guardian face to face. He bellows out that since this cretin insists so much, he will see the full power of the mighty Frieza. Back on the Quinn planets. Vegeta seems evenly matched. The Saiyan calls after his foe, promising that he will end him. But if this fool wants to attack him head on, the Frost Demon is all for it. In his mind, Vegeta believes Cooler will simply stand here waiting for a collision. But what he doesn't know is that he plans to dodge him at the last moment and take him off guard by striking a vital area. This idiot savage of a Saiyan won't be able to predict it and will be defeated. When he grabs Cooler by the tail, his most vital area. In actuality, the prince switched back to regular Super Saiyan God for a moment. This allowed him to boost his speed before returning to his blue form. With his enemy on the ground, Vegeta screams out that he'll see him in hell. Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately knowing our hero here, it's just as he thought. Of course it wouldn't be this simple. Making himself known, now in his augmented form, Cooler barks out that was dangerous. If he hadn't increased his powers with his transformation at the last second, he would have been torn to pieces. Which, yeah, that was the intention. I will destroy you! Back with Goku on the supreme planet of Universe 6. As Kiborou continues to flip through the many books of the universe as fast as he can, Goku pleads with him to hurry up. And as luck would have it, he's found it. He's found the whereabouts of the Primordial Beasts of Universe 6. Clacking his fists, that's exactly what our hero wanted to hear. Not wasting any time, the three of them zip out to somewhere in the 6th universe. But Goku thought they would go to the place where the Primordial Beast was. However, that's exactly where they have gone, according to Kiborou. Making his move. He disappears! What happened? He was here 1 second and it's like something just ate him up. Something Liai is just as clueless to, wondering why Goku's bothering to ask her. Though in mere seconds, the same thing happens to our destroyer and Kaioshin. They reappear on an actual planet. Goku doesn't get it. This place wasn't here before. What's going on? Kiborou explains that this is the planet Chameleon. It is a very special world that hides its presence from the rest of the universe. This unique characteristic was given by the Grand Supreme Kai who created it. It was put here specifically to hide the Primordial Beast Hiru. At any rate, they must go. They don't have any time to lose with everything going on. Making their way to their destination, Goku notes that it seems like the gods were really motivated to not let these primordial beasts be found. Are these things really that powerful? The assistant responds that he already told him not long ago. The power of the average celestial mage considerably surpasses the power of a god of destruction. The power of a primordial beast goes even beyond that. It's no exaggeration to say that the awakening of a primordial beast can mean the end of an entire universe, given that neither gods or mortals would be able to stop it. A primordial beast perfectly represents a living incarnation of the end of times. Meanwhile, in Universe 11, an immense battle has been taking place that has already destroyed an unbelievable number of solar systems. Both Belmod and Top, already in a Hakai state, look on in despair. Before them, a creature very reminiscent of Majin Buu. He seems to have defeated the entirety of the Pride Troopers, Casserole getting the worst of it. It was stated earlier in this story that the version of this creature that our heroes fought was only a tiny piece of this monster's true form. Could this just be a larger piece? Or has the primordial beast known as Buu himself been unleashed? On his knees, Top curses out not being able to do anything against this thing. Not only are they on the verge of defeat, it's unknown just how many innocent lives this battle has taken. His mentor warns him to calm himself and not rush ahead. It would be foolish to let his emotions get the better of him. Something he unfortunately can't do. The monster questions Belmod, speaking much more coherently than most of the Majin Buus that we know. How can a god of destruction be so stupid as to think they could challenge the likes of himself? Not only that, but what good did he think it could do to recruit such mediocre creatures to help him? Taking in the situation, the reality Belmod is faced with is that the other members of the Pride Troopers are dead. And Top and Dispo are in no condition to fight anymore. Even if he finds a way to survive this himself, this altercation has permanently changed the 11th universe. The demon ruthlessly steps on one of the fallen heroes. He beckons the god what he's waiting for. He wants him to unleash his full power so he can kill him at once. Or does he intend to die at such a pitiful level? Belmod can only think of what a fool he's been to think he could challenge a primordial beast, at least in this form, confirming our previous theory. But he can't allow himself to worry about this universe anymore. He needs to use the power of his destruction energy. When he senses, it's him! Jiren. What could he possibly do that all the Pride Troopers and Belmod combined couldn't? With another fight in Universe 7. Our prince seems to enjoy every minute of this hard-fought encounter. A silent break in the action ensues as the pair stare at each other. Cooler thinks to himself that the Saiyan doesn't fool him. He knows that he's hiding his power and must have at least one more transformation up his sleeve. But he's wanting the Frost Demon to gain confidence and lower his guard. Then he'll suddenly amplify his powers at the last moment and catch him by surprise like before. But he's not playing this little game of his. Who wants to see how he handles the power of Super Saiyan Blue Evolved?
I finally got you!
delivering a devastating blow. Cooler taunts if this idiot thought he would really get him twice with the same trick. It was obvious that he was faking defeat in order to get his foe comfortable to lower his guard, essentially explaining to Vegeta what he was just thinking moments ago. However, the wounded warrior grows a devious smirk as he pulls his adversary closer. He states on the contrary, he knew someone as smart as Cooler would notice a strategy like that. Raising an arm. What he wanted was to have him front and center. With this attack, he will not be able to escape and will be erased from existence. Using the Hakai, he screams for the demon to be gone forever. Cooler instantly realizes that's not normal energy. But what is he planning to do? He bellows for him to let him go. After this technique, Vegeta knew all too well this plan would work. He is Frieza's brother after all. But reappearing with a golden aura, Cooler screeches out that he almost killed him. Getting a look. Sure enough, he's achieved the same golden transformation as Frieza, and this battle is far from over. Back with Frieza, Pikkon barks that this is the last time he's going to ask nicely. The Frost Demon must hand over Janemba, or he will have to take him by force. At the same time, the Emperor has no intention of standing down. He chirps back not to just stand here and talk if that is the case. He doesn't believe for a second he could merely defeat him with ease. As they both sense an amazing power from deep in space. This energy seems to be from the one they called Cooler. His power has increased extraordinarily in only an instant. Frieza is more surprised that he chose to utilize it at all. He thought he would hide it for a while longer, but it seems he had no other option. His power is huge, but he smirks to his foe that he's not planning on revealing that this power is a surprise. If so, he must tell him something. It is true that Cooler is quite powerful. His strength drastically increased the first day he decided to fetch him from that hole. But while the two of them have been training, he is not the only one who has benefited. Letting himself take the same state as his brother, the tyrant snarkily quips what Pikkon thinks about this. It's much stronger than the power he senses in the distance, is it not? Cooler doesn't know that Frieza has already noticed his current level of power, but he himself had compensated to remain the superior among them. He was hoping to unleash this against his dear old sibling to defeat him when he inevitably rebelled, but didn't count on a wretched pest like this guardian to come and mess with him. Finally speaking up, Pikkon notes that despite Cooler not creating any impact wave or any other type of anomaly with this transformation, the energy he's emitting is very intense. To unleash this much ki without causing any alterations in his surroundings means this Cooler fellow must have exceptional ki control. He is very powerful. But Frieza only quips, "You know what? It doesn't matter if he has insights to Cooler's or his own power. He himself is the mighty Frieza and he will not cower." Getting the better of the Saiyan for the moment. His counterpart must confess, the power Vegeta used before was quite fearsome. It actually scared him a good deal. But now that he has unveiled his golden form, he knows that his own powers far surpass his opponent's. He should give up now and accept his death. This fight is over. And he's not wrong. Even Vegeta can see that at this rate, he's going to lose this fight. He doesn't have any chance of winning like this. So in that case, the prince shouts to his adversary if he found the Hakai fearsome. What does he think about this? Powering up yet again, Cooler demands to know what the meaning of this is. Does he have another transformation? Offering Vegeta to introduce him to his mightiest form, Ultra Ego. With this battle against Cooler going the distance, will Vegeta's greatest form be enough to finally put an end to this unexpected skirmish? And as for Pikkon and Frieza, does the Galactic Emperor have the strength to fend off one of the most powerful benevolent warriors to ever exist? Or is the Guardian himself at a level we cannot yet conceive?